Corkscrew is a coaster at Cedar Point, and it is a very iconic coaster. The first ever coaster to go upside down 3 times, and today I will be reviewing it. Everybody loves this, of how it looks and just how iconic it is. It's like also a very old coaster. And it was also the first coaster to go upside down 3 times, which is really cool. Of course, we all love that, but we definitely do not love the ride. As you guys saw, it made my top 10 worst coasters that I've ridden, and it's just a crappy ride. I just don't like this coaster. I mean, it's probably your average aerodynamics custom looper, but it's just rougher than the normal one. So let's start off with the stats. It is at Cedar Point. The manufacturer's aerodynamics. It is 85 feet. Speed is 48 miles per hour. The angle of descent on this coaster, it is 45 degrees, and it is 2,050 feet long. Since those stats aren't really that impressive, but just because this coaster is so old, I mean, it opened in the 70s. That's really old. So yeah, this coaster is just rough. It's a headbanger. I mean, the color scheme is nice. If this coaster wasn't iconic at all, and it was just this bad with it being old and iconic, Cedar Point probably would have torn down this coaster, but already. I mean, the 2 corkscrews, that's a great picture spot. Almost everybody's seen it. I mean that's probably one of the only good parts of the ride. So yeah, you're gonna leave the station, go through, bank over, and go into the lift hill. Now this coaster is really slow. I mean, this lift hill is, it's really slow. So you go up, and then of course you have that clickety clack, that aerodynamic sound when you go up the lift hill, and then you go down this drop, and then you go through this airtime hill. I mean, definitely not that many other aerodynamics custom loopers have that after the drop, and I mean, it's not too good. I mean, sometimes you do go out of your seat a little bit, and then you go through this standard loop, and it's just your average loop. It's fine, but it bangs your head. And then you go up to this mid-course brake run. It actually does not have any brakes. It's just a straight section. And then you go down, and you bank. And this is one of the parts that is probably one of the worst parts of the ride. It bangs your head into the restraints during this part. You bank down, and then you go through the 2 interlocking corkscrews. Those are some of the worst parts of the ride. It looks the best on the ride, but it's the worst part of the ride if you're riding it. It's just a head basher. This coaster is not a good ride. So yeah, and then you go through those corkscrews. They're just not good at all. And then you go bang into, it throws you into the brakes. Riding this coaster is just an unpleasant experience. This isn't a good coaster. It just stretches along the midway. It's just not a good coaster at all. So I definitely do not recommend riding this coaster, only if you want to get the credit. So yeah, it's time for the overall score of this coaster. Now, I'm just gonna give this coaster a 5. Just because it's iconic and all that. If it weren't iconic, I'll probably give it a 4. But since it's that iconic, I'm gonna give it a 5. It just looks so good. So that's why I just that's the only good part about this coaster. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review, and I will see you guys later.